everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. I'm doing the Authortube Newbie Tag today and I was tagged by Aaron in Better. It was originally created by Jenna the Dark One and I'll leave both their channels down below. I'm sorry if you can hear like wheels spinning in the background of this video because I'm in Manchester now and I have got 2 degus in as company for the day, so you will hear them participating in this video. The first question is, how did you find out about Authortube? And I think I found out about it through Clara, another booktuber. She's really awesome. She's so genuine and sweet and she's just got really good things to say. She's also a writer and I will also leave her channel down below. The third question is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view and category of story? Children's, YA, NA, adult, etc. The book that I have been writing for NaNoWriMo is set in the first person, and I'm really enjoying writing in that way because you really get into the mind frame of your character. In the past I've always written kind of more women's fiction romance novels, but I have been experimenting this NaNoWriMo with writing a thriller and I am really thoroughly enjoying it. So I think I actually really like writing thriller and adult. My second book I ever wrote is called The Other Woman, and that book, with regards to point of views, it had quite a couple of different point of views. So it had my main character as well as the husband that she met. It also has point of views from the abusive boyfriend, the best friend, and even the wife of the husband who cheated. So that I really enjoyed as well. I love books set in, you know, with different point of views. I love hearing from different sides of the story, so that I find really interesting. Question number 4 is, are you a plotter, a pantser or a plantser? I've got absolutely no idea what a plantser is. Yeah, it was probably explained to me in Clara and Aaron's video, but I just forgot. You know, I don't really like stereotypes, or like putting myself into a certain box, but if I had to choose one, I'd say I'm a pantser. Like, I just sit down and I write. I've mentioned this before, just like Stephen King does, I believe. But I know people think that that could be really bad for your writing. Like, you could completely mess your story up, not to have mind maps and an idea of how it's going to end. But I find it really interesting. I love just sitting down and not knowing what's going to come and where my character is going to end up. I mean, yes, with this book I've been writing for NaNoWriMo, I actually wrote the ending the other day and I haven't, you know, finished it yet. You know, I've still got the middle bit to go, but I just came up with a really cool ending and that's the first time I've done that. But to me, it's like when I write a book, it's almost as though I'm reading a book for the first time myself. It's a complete surprise what's coming, and I think that's really enjoyable. Question number 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? My first 2 books, I semi-self-published. I gave them to a bunch of booktubers who have reviewed them on their channels. Thank you for that. And it, you know, it received good criticism, it received really good reviews and some not so great reviews, and you know, I'm happy with that. I like getting feedback and I can take it. I think that's the whole point of being a writer. You've got to have thick skin. Not everyone's going to enjoy your story. I would love to be properly published. I don't really want to go to the self-publishing route, but you know, I was just really excited that I had written my first 2 books and I just wanted to get them out there. Question number 6 is, what publishing company, literary agent or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, that's me. What is your dream publishing house or literary agent? There is one specific literary agent that I would love to be represented by. She works for David Hyam Associates and she was actually the literary agent for The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Her name is Lizzie Kramer and I have actually been in contact with her a couple of times via Twitter. I have actually posted her some of my work in the past, and now that I'm writing a thriller, I don't know, I'm feeling quite confident about it and I think that she might actually really like my story. I think it's got a really good plot. I think it's a great idea and I cannot wait to finish it so that I can send it to her. Question number 7 is, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I actually, you know, my channel is a booktube channel. I enjoy what I do reviewing books, but I do like the idea that maybe if I continue, well obviously I'm going to continue writing more books, So it's going to be nice to be able to just update you if any of you are interested in knowing how my writing's going. I don't think I'm going to be finishing my thriller by the end of November because since arriving in Manchester on Thursday and it is now Sunday, I have done no writing because I've been a naughty, naughty girl. That said, I will have to just continue to write after NaNoWriMo has ended and finish the book in my own time. I'm still sitting on about 38,100 and something-ish words, so there's a way to go, and I plan on keeping those of you who are interested updated after NaNoWriMo has come to an end. I'll also probably be checking out other Authortube videos to get some ideas because I think it's quite a new thing on YouTube, so I don't really know too much about it yet, but I look forward to getting involved in the community. Number 8 is, when did you start writing? I think one of my first full sentences that I constructed myself was I was sitting on the floor and I was colouring something in with my pencils or doing something. I think I was about 3 years old, I'm not joking. And I looked at my mum and I said, "Mummy, one day I'm going to be a writer." And yeah, I have always written for as long as I can remember. And yeah, my mum actually told me that story. And now that I see, like, my nephew, he's turning 3 next month. And I don't even know how a baby would know what a writer is, to be honest, at that age. But apparently I knew. And it was like a prophecy. Question number 9 is, what is the first story I ever wrote? And if I was actually communicating with my delightful family at the moment, I would probably phone them and find out, because I'm sure they know. They love to embarrass me, but sadly you're not going to get that in this video because I have written my family out of my life. Yeah, my first story, I think I started off adoring fantasy, absolutely loving it. I used to write about dragons and princes and princesses and elves, and like my family and my friends and even my family's friends, they were like amazed at my imagination. And I don't know what happened. I grew up and now I don't like fantasy novels. I don't like to read them. I still have a really like vivid imagination, but I don't know. So I think one of my first stories, I've got this idea in my head of it, was like all about elves and falling in love and horses and caves and adventures, you know? It was something like that, but now I don't write that kind of stuff anymore, and I'm not really a fantasy person, and I wish I was, because it's such a huge thing on BookTube, and most of you love fantasy, and I wish I could join in with that, but I haven't even read a Terry Pratchett book. Question number 10 is, what authors have inspired your writing the most? I loved Jacqueline Wilson when I was a kid. It was all about like fucked up families and little girls and how they got through their shit. And my family used to hate that I loved these books so much, but I loved them. I absolutely loved them. So she, from a very young age, really did inspire me to start writing, I think. Besides her, Jane Austen, of course, is a humongous inspiration to so many women writers. Who else? I really think, since I've been getting into this thriller thing, that Gillian Flynn has just mind-blown me. Her writing is just incredible. She makes you feel uncomfortable, she makes you feel spooked out, creeped out, and everything she writes is just like pure genius. John Krakauer, who wrote Into the Wild, is also a huge inspiration to me. Into the Wild is one of my, I think it is actually my favourite book. And also, oh, what's happening there? Oh, I'm watching Gilmore Girls and something saying Jules Shock is disconnected. What's I saying? Oh yeah, David Nichols, who wrote One Day, and also, this is probably like really lame, but Nicholas Sparks, Safe Haven is my favourite book that he's written, and yeah, I do enjoy romance, so he inspired me. Question number 11 is, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to write whenever you can find the time? I never schedule my life at all. I'm quite a free-spirited, sporadic person, so yeah, I just kind of write whenever I feel like writing. Number 12, do you type on a computer, a typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I wish I had a typewriter. I did have one, but I sold it when I was broke, and that broke my heart. But yeah, so I kind of have a blend of writing on my laptop and also writing by hand. But especially during NaNoWriMo, I've been finding it a bit of a nuisance to be writing things out by hand, because then I've still got to type it out afterwards, and it just, you know, it just takes up a lot of time. But I love writing by hand. There's something really therapeutic about it. And yeah, typing on a computer, I'm quite fussy with my keyboards. I love a good keyboard, so I do enjoy that too. Woo! The final question is, what are you most looking forward to now that you are a part of Authortube? I'm just looking forward to communicating with other writers. I think that just hearing what other writers have to say and following along their journey while they're writing a novel is really interesting, it's inspiring, and it makes you want to write more too. So yeah, that's one of those things that I want to do. Sorry, I'm getting a bit freaked out because I'm alone in Manchester and I keep hearing things. Furthermore, I feel like I am going to be able to be inspired to write more by being part of the community. And a couple of you actually really do care about my writing, which I find really nice. Thank you. And so I'm looking forward to sharing my writing journey with you and talking about my novels and ideas. And it's really nice to hear sometimes that you think my ideas are amazing, and the little snippets that I read to you from my novels, I love, I think everyone likes to hear that what they've written is nice. So, when I get some good feedback, it's really enjoyable. So, yeah. I don't know really who to tag in this video, because I don't know how many of you are actually writers. I know everyone loves books, but, so if you are watching my probably extremely long video and you feel like doing this tag because you want to be a writer too, then I tag you. I know that Adrian and Dalton are writers, so I'm going to tag both of you from Strip Cover Lit, actually. Anyway, have a great day, and goodbye from me and these lovely, delightful little creatures. Hello, daggies. That is R2, and that is Darth. So, yes, have a great day, guys, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.